Quarta-feira houve o embaixador dos Estados Unidos da América em Timor-Leste, o Sr. Kevin Glegston, halo visita oficial mais jornal Timor-Post. Visita oficial em cima direita Rússia, chefe de redação Timor-Post, Rosa Garcia, ou diretora executiva Susana Campos.
Buenos días, hari ini televisão online Timor Postnya, NBD. Muito corral, Roda Garcia, e a minha estúdio mini, a minha benaca, Senhor Embaixador dos Estados Unidos da América, Senhor Kevin Glegston. Bom dia. Good morning.
Sim, bom dia.
Bom dia. How se russo em inglês, mas bem sucedida. Senhor Embaixador, não sei como colher itu, também tinha benaca, né? Ni foi mais pulang tolo, mas vem aprender, ni colher itu dia tebes. How are you, Senhor Ambassador?
I'm well.
Yeah.
How Diak Owen Lauren? Obrigado, Barak.
As you said that you just arrived 3 months, what is your impression the first time you arrived in Timor-Leste?
My impression? Honestly?
Yes, honestly.
How Hadome Timor-Leste. I love the warm feeling I get from the Timorese people. I really appreciate the respect that Timor-Leste has for the relationship with the United States. And also, it's a beautiful country. And so far I love to explore and to meet people.
Yeah, which places you already explored? I saw that you also published about you visit the cemetery. And maybe other places you already explored since you arrived?
Yes, so on my first public outing after the quarantine, my first visit, I go to give respect at Santa Cruz Cemetery for the brave people who were there and who lost their lives, and pay respect to the family members of those. I also visited an Umalulik, one of my first visits, to understand this part of traditional culture. It was very interesting. But I just explore the city. I try to see some historic buildings. His Excellency Jose Ramos Horta has been very generous with me. He takes me around the city. He shows me where he went to school. He shows me the Portuguese buildings. I think more near Bicora or Caicoli. And I want to know the neighborhoods. Also, before the lockdown, I bought a motorcycle. And I drove to Lequisa. And I like to explore around Cristo Rey, behind Cristo Rey, up to Hera. I go to Dare. I like to move around a lot.
So you already discovered a lot of things. By your motorcycle, you ride by yourself?
Sometimes motorcycle, sometimes car. And my last weekend, with the permission of the police and the Ataoro authorities, I go to visit Ataoro.
Already visit Ataoro?
Sí.
Just 3 months, and then you already discovered a lot of
Sí,
things.
Capash.
Okay. Senior Ambassador, we are observed. I mean, Ambassador is treated very well in every meeting, every activity. Where do you learn this language Tetun? Maybe you can speak Tetun directly? Explain to our...
Obrigado. Mais bem importante kata kau dehan how labeli koalia tetum diaklio. To agora how coco, how hakarek li no koalia ihatetom diagliu, my bay agora sedauk. How contenti tamba, how estura ho mestra, professora, katak serviço ho leli. How hakarek dehan, how contente tamba, how nia mestra, professora, Mana Maria Soares, excelente. Sim. Nia ajuda how, sim.
Parabéns. Dear Ambassador, we are in the, our country also faced the pandemic COVID. So since your arrival, what is like your observe or your point of view of this situation? Maybe we have any recommendation for our government to deal with this, to solve this problem?
Thank you. So the COVID-19 pandemic is a worldwide problem. You can look at my own country, the United States, and you can see that the challenges are everywhere. And actually, I lived for 9 months of the pandemic in the United States. I have people I know who have passed away from COVID-19. And I know the impact. This is a serious disease. I want to say that I am impressed with the government's response. The government realizes they have limited healthcare capacity, and they respond since last year with restrictions. However, now the numbers increase. It becomes very serious. And I believe ultimately it's the people who have to make the right choices. Follow the guidance, sensible precautions. For example, you wear the mask when you're in close proximity. Take symptoms. Make sure you never have a temperature when you meet. Wash your hands all the time. And of course, be careful around those who have vulnerabilities. I just want to point out a couple of things about the United States. The United States is the largest single contributor to the global COVAX facility. COVAX is the worldwide group now that is committed to providing vaccines to more than 90 countries, including Timor-Leste. The first shipment of vaccines that came in early April was supported by the United States along with other donors. And as well, we have provided through implementing partners or to the Ministry of Health more than $4 million in COVID-related assistance. And we hope to announce more very soon.
Ambassador Hakar, if you want to speak, say a little about the message to the people, Pasilima, usa máscara, maybe you can directly appeal to them.
Sí, my be, how thank you, Hanoi liafuansira, è importante ho COVID-19 imi Hanoi primero serious serio e no imi tem que usar máscara, ok? O Loren especial tamba how completa rua vacina rua, how la hija symptoms, sintomáticos, sí. No, por favor, proteja Emma Timor vulneráveis.
Sim.
Sí. Sí, o risco.
Maybe this is the last question. We just celebrate freedom of the press 1 week ago. Maybe you have a message to the all journalists in East Timor?
So I'm so impressed. I'm proud. How orgulho, serviço e a nação nebe jornalista ser belo serviço independente. See, I don't know if your audience knows that recently there was a worldwide survey of press freedom. And Timor-Leste has the highest ranking in Southeast Asia. This is very impressive. It was also the only country in the region, this includes ASEAN, to increase the score this year. So I will encourage this. I will support this. I think the message for journalists is remember that you are working as a professional. You have to do your pesquisa. You have to check your facts. You have to avoid to be biased by this character or this person. Even me, I shared with the Director General in our meeting, I want journalists to hold every leader accountable. Also, I will ask the journalists to be accurate. Disinformation or misinformation is a problem in the world. Please check your facts. Please, if you quote me or another leader, be sure it's accurate. Because I think the story, the readers, they deserve this.
Thank you.
Sí.
Obrigado,
De nada.
Nansira, Tona Neroha. Kita suruh malu fali, iya,
Remata entrevista especial, embaixador Kevin Blackstone Moshalo, monitor de visita serviço departamento Sira e Jornal Timor Post.